All right, going on to this next week of games. Have some really good matchups this week. Sorry about the late video again. Just life has it's left me not much time to do much at my free time. So, anyways, going to go ahead and go into these games. Tennessee versus LSU. This game I've gone back and forth on a lot. I wanted to pick LSU in this game just because they're at home in Death Valley, but I think if this was a night game, I think I would have picked LSU, but I'm going with Tennessee just because Tennessee's on a roll, and I don't know if LSU can keep up with Tennessee in this game. I mean, Tennessee's offense is very explosive, and LSU's is not. They're just not on par with what Tennessee has going on right now, so I think Tennessee pulls this out, and we have a very good game next week between Tennessee and Bama heading into it, where they're both undefeated, I think. Next game is Arkansas versus Mississippi State. Arkansas has been has disappointed with that loss to Texas A&M. I thought they were going to win that game, and then they go off last week and they lose to Bama. They lose to them. They kind of get blown out at the end. I mean, it was close, but they gave up at the end. I mean, the defense collapsed on them completely, and it was bad. You just can't give up explosive plays like that at the end there. I mean, you had all the momentum and everything, and you let it slip away. So going into this game, Mississippi State is coming in hot right now. They've been playing really well. The only game they lost was LSU, which that's not a bad loss. So I think that Mississippi State is going to win this game. I think they give Arkansas their third loss of the season, unfortunately for them. The defense for Arkansas is just not good, and I think Mississippi State's going to exploit that and score a lot of points. Next game is TCU versus KU. This is another game I went back and forth on for a little bit, but after watching TCU dismantle OU last weekend, I can't pick against them right now. They're really good. So I'm picking TCU in this one. I love the storyline with KU, and they're undefeated and everything, but I've got to go with the Horned Frogs on this one. I just think they're going to be too much for KU in this one. Next game is Texas versus OU. This was a game a lot of people was looking forward to this year, and it's not lived up to what it was supposed to have been for obvious reasons. I mean, both teams have a couple losses. They're not ranked. OU looked terrible last week, and I don't know what to expect out of this one. I think this could go either way. I think Oklahoma could win a close one and then upset over Texas, or Texas blows them out. I mean, I think it goes one of either way. So I'm going to go the Texas route and say they win this game. Did this last year and it bit me, but I'm going to roll with the Longhorns in this one. Next game is Utah versus UCLA. This one, I picked Utah to go to the playoffs. I knew UCLA was going to be undefeated coming in this point. I picked them to, and I've rolled with UCLA the whole time. But this was the loss I picked for Utah to have this year, and they already lost their one game, unfortunately, to Florida. So I'm going to go against what I said in the preseason. I'm going to pick Utah to win this game because I think they expose UCLA's defense in this one. I think they run all over them, and I think they outscore them. So, I think that they win this game. I don't know if it's going to be that close. I know UCLA can score a lot of points, but I think Utah is just a much better team. Next game is Washington versus USC. Washington was pretty good coming into that game against UCLA. They were on a roll, but then they lost. They let that game get away from them. So don't have two undefeated teams coming in this anymore. So I think Washington can score a lot of points. I think they will keep up with USC, but if I'm going to pick someone in a shootout, I'm going to pick Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams. So I'm going to roll with the Trojans in this one, even though I think Washington has a better defense, but I just think that USC's offense is just too explosive, and I think that they win this game in the shootout. Next game is BYU versus Notre Dame. This is in Las Vegas. It's a weird game. I know a lot of people are picking BYU to win this one, but my gut feeling tells me to pick Notre Dame for some reason. Something tells me that Notre Dame is going to win this game. Even as bad as they've looked all year, I just get that sinking feeling that Notre Dame's going to find a way to win this game. I think it's because their defense probably makes a few plays. So I'm going to pick Notre Dame in this one, kind of reluctantly, because I'm not really that sure, but I'm going to roll with the Fighting Irish. Next game, K-State versus Iowa State. This should be a good game. Iowa State has a decent defense. Don't let the past games fool you, especially that game against Baylor. I think Iowa State has a good defense. So I think that they will give K-State a fight in this one, and I think it's going to be very close. But I think that Kansas State is just a better team this year, and I think they're going to pull this one out because Kansas State does not have a bad defense either. And I think that they have a better quarterback. So I'm going to roll with the Cats in this one. I think K-State gets this win and keeps rolling on into the going up in the rankings and going towards that Big 12 title game hope for them. All right, next game, Texas A&M versus Bama. Man, this was supposed to be a really good game this year, and it's not going to live up to that hype, unfortunately, from the offseason. Bama is just clearly the better team. Texas A&M is not what we thought they were going to be this year. They already have a couple of losses. They honestly should have lost to Arkansas, too. For some reason, for the grace of God, they won that game. But anyways, I don't think it does. None of that counts in this one. I think Bama is going to blow them out. This is not going to be close at all. This is going to get ugly. I think it's going to get ugly really quick. So I think that Bama is probably up big at halftime, and this one's already over. So, yeah. All right, last game is Florida State versus NC State. This was a tough one to pick, honestly. I think Florida State's still a decent team. And I think NC State is still a decent team. Both of them lost last weekend. But if this was at Florida State, I probably would pick the Seminoles, but it's at NC State, so I'm going to roll with the Wolfpack. I just think they have a better defense, and that's the only reason why I'm picking NC State, because they have a better defense and they're at home. Just those two factors. Otherwise, I would pick Florida State to win this one because I don't like NC State's offense. But if Florida State can't score, they're not going to win the game. So I'm going to roll with the Wolfpack in this one to get the win. All right, that's my I don't even know what week we're in right now. I think it's week 6. But, yeah, that's my weekly predictions for this time. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day, guys.